Hello, aidee.
Looks can
So
be
I'm gonna
deceiving.
go over what the and just gonna go over like the settings and all that kind of stuff. So first I'm gonna start off like with the normal stuff. So here is like showing team kills. So basically how many kills your team has, how many kills the enemy team has. And then here it shows your kills, deaths, and assists. So here's like the first number. This shows kills. This shows how many deaths you have, and this shows me how many assists you have. Assist is like if you help damage someone before they die. That's like assists. And then here is your minion
Would
counter.
I
So
lie?
basically like your minion counter is like during the game when you're playing the game. If you like hit a minion, so let me like hit a minion. Oh fuck, I missed it, but here. Okay, so when every time you kill one of these little minions, you get uh it counts how many times. So then here is like how long the game's been going. Okay, and then to get down to like the abilities and all that kind of stuff. So here's your mini map. So on your mini map, you can actually click on your mini map. You
When
could right click
next?
on it, but basically like this shows all your towers. This shows your enemy towers. You basically like if you're playing mid lane, like if you want to play LeBlanc, then you don't really have to know. You just probably have to look like here or here to see if anyone's coming. But your mini map just shows you all your turrets and all the enemy turrets. And then so
Are you
another thing
certain?
is, you right click in order to move, and then the way I have it set up is if I hit my space bar, it'll make it so that I can attack stuff, so you don't have to like right click, so you don't have to. It's easier to like hit it with just these numbers. Okay, and then so here in your settings, so in this menu, so there's three little dots here that you can click on. I don't know what that is. That's like whatever, but you have your champion info and your runes panel. So here it shows your attack damage, so your
Tricky,
AD.
aren't you?
So this is what I meant when there's two types of damage. There's AP and there's AD, so attack damage and ability power. So what to build on each champion if you look at the ability and you see how here it says it's blue, literally just like blue and red. So because it's blue, it shows that this champion does ability damage. So when you build items for this character for LeBlanc, you want to build AP, so ability power. So anyways, so this is attack damage, this is ability power, this is armor, magic resist, this is attack speed, this is ability haste, crit chance, and movement speed. Most of the time you like never really look here. It doesn't really matter unless you want to like do something with it. But this is just like showing you where that kind of stuff is. And then here is your runes page. So obviously these aren't the right runes for LeBlanc, but just to show you, I think there's a bug right now that has like two separate lines. I don't think it's supposed to do that, but this is basically where it just shows you like what kind of runes you have. Okay,
Trust me.
and now so basically on this like bar over here, it'll show you like um what sort of like things you have or like what debuffs you have. It'll show up right here. So for this rune, basically the more you move around, the more it charges up this attack, and then when you attack, it'll heal you. And I don't know if it does extra damage or not. Maybe it does, but no, it basically heals you. So the way LeBlanc
Patient
works is her
summoner.
passive, meaning like her like passive as a champion is when she gets below 40% HP, she becomes invisible. So basically, it just sort of um, turns you invisible, and then it turns you. It basically like clones her, and you can control both those clones. And so LeBlanc's Q, as you can see, it basically marks an enemy and
Classic
deals damage.
misdirection.
So an example that I can show you is like here. If I hit this minion and I W it, you see how it just does 161 damage. But hold on, let me wait for my W cooldown to come back. So it only did 161 damage, right? But I when I get it back, and let's say Q and then W this, look. So it didn't. Oh, okay. Well, it already died. I'll show you
It's
later.
all
But
smoke
yeah,
and
so this marks
mirrors.
people, and then this makes you dash and do damage, and then this is a chain. So when you chain things, you like hit them, and it roots them too. And then your R basically just mimics whatever last ability you have. So when you combo, you have like a lot of things that you can, do. And so another thing is like here it shows your level, shows your name, the health, and the mana bar. And then, so here this is how much HP you have, this is how much mana you have. And these two are your summoner spells. So basically like they're really
Looks
good
can
things.
be
So it's like,
deceiving.
you flash, basically you can just like run away with these. But these are really good tools. You don't get them often because they're so valuable. And another thing is here's a ward. So a ward is important because you see how like when I look here, I can't really see anything on the map. So a ward lets you see stuff on the map. So like,
When
let's say the
next?
enemy's here, so I put a ward down and see, look, now I can see this thing. So basically, this is just showing you that. And another thing is like when you get low, so like here, I'm gonna get really low. So you see, I'm low. Okay, I died. So when you die, you go back to here, the fountain. But then normally what you can do is you can hit this button and it gets you back to the fountain. And going back to the fountain is important because you have to be in the fountain in order to buy items. So yeah, so I'm just gonna build AP because this champion, that's what this champ does. And yeah, so this is the shop. So basically, the shop is like you don't really have to. It's hard to navigate honestly because there's so much like stuff here. But if you're playing an AP champ, you go to Mage, right? And this is all your AP items. I'd say the recommended tab is good enough. Um, and just to go over like let's say all the potions. So there's refillable potions, normal potions. This is a far ward. This is a scanner to show enemy wards. This is a regular ward. And so usually, so these potions, you don't actually like buy them until you're full build. Like you don't need to buy these. These are just kind of whatever. And this is a control ward. So a control ward is sort of like the yellow ward, except that this one doesn't last forever. So you see how here it says, it grants vision for 90 to 120 seconds. So there's a limit on this. But this one, grants vision forever until an enemy kills it. And so this is like all the potions and all that kind of stuff. And then here you have the boots. So you have different kind of boots that do different sort of things. Like this one gives you more AP, this one gives you ability haste, armor, magic resist, movement speed. This one's just like it reduces slows, so if the enemy slows you, this one slows you less. And this one gives you attack speed. So there's like a different boot for everything. But yeah, hopefully that goes over everything else. Oh, so, okay. So for the settings, so basically the settings is like these are your hotkeys. Like these are what you bind stuff to. So it's like it goes by slots. So like this is first slot, second slot. Uh, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So 1, 2, and then it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then your trinket is your ward right here. It doesn't really, like it's up to you to do whatever you want with it. You can bind it to what you feel like you want to bind it with. But these, I generally don't touch this much, except for this. So like camera control, I feel like toggle camera lock is the most important one. I have it bind it to X. Basically, like this is locked camera. Like wherever you move, the camera follows. But it's hard to like auto and like use abilities. So what I do is like I click X. It's like right here, you unlock the camera, and like now you can move a lot smoother. But you have to like you see like I have to bounce my mouse off the top of the screen, and then I just click X to lock back on. So that's just like what I'm used to. Here it shows like your display stuff. This is all like kind of whatever, it doesn't matter. This is your video. It just shows you like what resolution, what sort of like uh mode you want to have the game in. This is sound, master volume, music. I have it all the way down. Announcer. The voice volume is like what you want the character to say. Interface HUD scaled is this. Cursor scaled is your cursor. Shop scale is just your shop. And then this is the chat. You see, like it makes it bigger or smaller. And your mini map is this down here. Objective plan. I don't know what the fuck that is. Death recap is just like when you die, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So this sort of is just like sort of the settings. All right. Cool. If you have any questions, let me know.